friends. My name is Sonia. This is Sonia with an I, and today I am bringing you a planning chat. Thank you so much for sitting and chatting with me today. I wanted to do this video to talk about some of my future plans for my channel and also to reflect a little bit on this year. This year is, or actually right now, I've been doing YouTube for 1 year. This is my 1 year anniversary. Yay! And I'm so happy. This has been a long time coming for me. Like, I wanted to start my channel in 2017 and I just didn't have the courage. And to be honest, I really wasn't in the space to start a channel at that time. It happened when it was supposed to happen. I couldn't be more thrilled. When I sit and reflect upon 2024, I think about the friendships in the community that I made, and that's probably the most precious thing to me, is all of the friends I have made, the friendships that I have gotten in this time, the collaborations that I have done with people that I just adore. I can't thank you all enough. And it's too numerous to mention. There's so many precious people that I have connected with. And, as of today, I've made 800 friends. I have 850 subscribers. So I've made 850 friends since I've been on here. I'm not, I'm tongue-tied. Like, I'm good with words most of the time, and today I can't. So, and now the sun has decided to come out, but that's okay. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you and how much I appreciate you. And let's, celebrate 1 year. Tink. 1 year of time together on YouTube. And I'd like to reflect on that a little bit. First of all, as I said, the community and the friend, that has been my favorite part. Also, I've had so much fun using my creativity to do videos. I never thought that I would ever vlog, and I'm finding I really enjoy it. I'm reading books out of my, that I don't think I would normally pick up, because I hear about them from friends, and it has been so much fun. And I don't want to ramble and blabber on forever, and I'm having problems even getting my thoughts together about it. So all I want to say is just thank you. And I say at the end of my videos, and I mean it with my whole entire heart, that you make the world a better place just by being a part of it. And you truly do. You absolutely do. And you being here and being my friend has meant the world to me. And I just want to hug you, but that might be awkward, and I don't know how to do that. So I'm sending you a virtual hug. So thank you very much. I do have some plans for my channel. I have a lot of ideas. I am great with ideas. I am your idea person. I'm not great with making sure those ideas get finished. And a lot of that is because, life happens. This is a hobby. The real world takes over sometimes. And, 2024 was, in my personal life, in my home life, was fantastic. My Dan and I have seen a lot of goals and gains and wins, and we've had a lot of wonderful experiences, but we've been kicked in the teeth a couple of times too. And, it's just, I'm so thankful that I have him to, roll with the punches in my family and my found family and my friends. And I'm just thankful for everyone, because, they definitely contribute to everything that is this hot mess. So when I first started my channel, I wanted to be as authentic in myself as I possibly could. And it was the thing that I wanted to be, but it was also the thing that kept me from starting a channel, because I didn't know how many people would want to see me, I guess. And I wanted to be really seen. I've been in professions where you have to wear a mask. You can't be yourself. You have to be, and not considering this a profession, but I've also had relationships with friendships in that I wasn't allowed to be myself. And I didn't want to come on YouTube being an actor, being someone else. And I love that you all have embraced me just as I am. I can't even think of describing words of me, so I'm just going to say how Sonia I am. I just appreciate you and thank you for that. Future plans. I have plans for collaborations, and I already have a few of them in the works, which I'm really thrilled about. And I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, but stay tuned. But I am going to have to be that person that says, oh, but stay tuned. I have one collaboration I'm really looking forward to with someone that I absolutely love and adore. You know, I definitely want to do the Scooby-Doo Readathon again. That was so much fun. I absolutely love doing that. I love the people who collaborated with me. I absolutely adore my book besties, Mitzi and Elizabeth, so I'm sure you will see more from us as well. You know, Tiffany, Killing Time with Cozy's group. Tiffany is one of, you know, she's my booktube bestie, so of course. Laura from Laura Reads and we're in the talks of things. So there have been talks of collaborations and things that I really want to do that. I plan to really kind of focus on my series. And I'm going to put this down. I'm sitting here holding it, but I'm not drinking it. I really want to focus on my series. I found last year that I was so interested in what everybody else was reading, and it would sound good, and I would go, oh, I want to read that too. And I would start a new series and just maybe read the first one. And that's really not who I am, and I talked about authenticity. So, you know, I have missed binging series. I am a binge reader. If I invest in the first book enough to get to know the main character and the location and all of that, I want to stay with that main character until their story is finished. So I have some that I have started that I really want to complete. So I do want to finish some series. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to start any new books, because there are a few that are coming out that I'm really looking forward to, and there's a few that I haven't started that I'm really looking forward to. So I definitely want to make sure I continue those series. Just for an example, a couple of series I'd like to continue and finish is the Cat in the Stack series. I've read the first two and I loved them, and I really would like to continue with that series. Another series I started and would really like to move on forward with is the Bake Shop series by Ellie Alexander. I love that series. And what happened for me with that is I was reading it in the summer. It went to a winter book. I thought, oh, I'll read this in winter, and then it stopped. Also, it's really difficult for like Library Libby for me to get those here in my area. So I need to have conversation with my library person, or see if I can find some somewhere and just pick them up and read them, because I really do enjoy that series. Another series that I started and stopped is the Sid the Skeleton series. I can't remember what the name of that series is, but I adore Sid, and I've read the first 2 or 3 and I've loved them. Like, the main character is an adjunct teacher. I'm like, it's perfect. It's exactly what I do. I love it. I love the series, but I kind of stopped because then the dangling carrot of, ooh, a new series. And the complaint of an avid reader, especially, these are all cozy mystery series. So in the cozy mystery world, it's so easy to get sucked in by a cute cover or a cute gimmick. That's what I love about it, but it's also the struggle about it as well. That's one of my big future reading goals. Another is, if you know me, I am not a TBR reader. I wish that I was the kind of person who could play a TBR game, like roll a dice and pick specific books by a board gamer or whatever. And I'm just not. I am way too much of a mood reader. I am way too much of a seasonal reader. I am not good at that. Son, I love you, but man, you are blinding me with science. There we go. I really do wish that I was that person. I wish that I could just lay out my TBR for the year. Oh, it's just, I don't know if it's too much like homework for me, I guess. I just can't. It's not me. So I need to get back to my original self as far as that goes. I like the pile of possibilities. I've done several videos with, like, I call them TBR, but it's basically a pile of possibilities. I like the fact that sort of keeps me focused, because they'll be in front of me and I think, ooh, I want to read that. Ooh, and I keep seeing it. So it keeps, coming in my vision. But, yeah, I definitely, you will see more mood and seasonal reading from me, and not so much TBR, and I apologize for that. I will say that I plan to do a little bit more vlogging. My Dan gave me a vlogging camera for Christmas, and now I have to learn how to use it and to use the computer editing and all of the things that go along with that. I'm looking forward to that journey. I get a lot of compliments on my vlogs as far in kindness, because I don't feel like that's where my strength is at all. But I just actually, a local bookstore gal that owns one of the bookstores that I love, Pages in Pacific, even commented and said, I love your vlogs, they're my favorite. So I'm going to do my best to do more of those. They do take more time than like the sit and shoots, and they are, they do, I mean, like I said, it's a lot more work. But if people are enjoying it, and if I'm enjoying it, because that's the reason that I did this channel, is of course I want you to love it, but I want to love it too. And so, I'm in the future, I hope to kind of go that route. I do plan to read more cozy mysteries via audio. I tend to find that I kind of enjoy them more that way, which surprises me. There are some cozy mysteries that I want to read, and I won't be able to read them via audio. I also plan to read more yearly books, because the experience of this book, reading season per season, just was incredible. It gave me, I looked forward to it. I loved it so much. So I definitely plan to continue doing this, but I'd like to do a little bit more of it. So I have another Gladys Tabor book. This one is by months instead of seasons. So I will definitely be reading this one per month. And then I also want to read a little bit more of some epistolary books that are nonfiction, which I have this one with Gladys Tabor and Barbara Webster, Still Meadow and Sugar Bridge, which is letters between she and her friend Barbara. That I'm really looking forward to. I plan to read also some more classical children's literature. I have received several copies of Peter Pan, which thank you very much, Elizabeth and Mitzi. I've never read Peter Pan, but I love Peter Pan, so I'm looking forward to reading that. I want to read Mary Poppins. I want to get back into some children's literature, and that was such a major for me, especially that was in college, being an elementary teacher, and I miss that. I miss reading children's literature, so I plan to read a little bit more children's books and kind of go that route as well. I've even thought about doing a video series, like comparing the book to the movie in children's literature, because I've just finished reading The Wizard of Oz, and it's very different. I'd love to talk about the similarities and differences. I don't know if that would be something interesting to people or if they would enjoy it. Another thing that I plan to do is I have been looking at my growing book stack, and I guess this is more of an announcement than a plan to do, because I looked at my growing book stack. I love sending book mail. It's one of my favorite things to do. If I were independently, I would send everybody book mail. It just, shipping does cost, books cost, shipping costs. I don't mind to gift and bless people, but I also don't, I have to also, make sure that we can live financially. So I have thought about it, and after watching a few of my friends, like my friend Jules Books and Things, she has a Pango shop. So I guess I'm officially announcing I have opened a Pango shop. I need to get rid of some books that I have. I'm not a book collector. I have some series I collect, but I'm not really a book collector. I have found that I'm starting to overflow so much to the point that one of my friends showed up at my front door with a bookcase because she saw my room and all the books I have. And I just thought it would be a fun way to not only be able to send book mail, because people buy books, I can send them book mail, but also to continue to maybe dwindle down my book collection a little bit, share the love of reading. I could talk about the book here, and I just thought it would be kind of a cool thing. I've sold online before. I used to have a Mercari shop. Actually, I still do. It's not very active. And I enjoy the whole process of the shipping and and all of that. So I'm hoping that this would be something that will fill the need for me to send book mail, but also not, put me in a financial issue as well. I'm going to link my Pango shop in the description. If you would like to check out my store, it's going to be kind of, I'm still learning how to navigate and things as far as listing things. It seems it's pretty easy as far as what I've seen so far, but it might take me a little bit of time. So please be patient with me on that. Every new year, I always come up with just a word that's kind of a reminder of what I would like to achieve, or a feeling I would like to have, something to that. Last 2024 was gentle. I wanted to be more gentle with myself, allow myself to fail, allow myself to make mistakes without beating myself up, being, harsh and critical to me, supporting myself like I support my friends, and saying things to myself that I would say to my friends. That was a very important word for me last year, and I feel like that it kind of brought me to the place that I'm at now, which is a really good place. And I was going to continue the word gentle into this year because it really was a good word for me, and I still want to keep that in mind. But I was reading in my Steel Meadow Sampler by Gladys Tabor. You all are going to get sick of hearing me talk about this book. I'm sorry if you do. But she was talking about collecting. And I'm a little bit of a collector. I like vintage things. I'm not nearly as bad as I used to be, just because of space and then trying to make things a little more simple. I'm not a big fan of clutter, so I get a little, for my own kind of mental health as well. But collecting, when we talk about collecting, we usually think of stuff. We think of, like, my friend Scott collects milk glass. He collects vintage blow molds. He collects, old Crocs. I have certain book series I collect. Like, I'm trying to collect the Susan Wooding Albert Beatrix Potter series. I collect the Shady Hollow series, which I have, I have those sorts of books I collect. I'm collecting Gladys Tabor books. I collected Fiestaware for years. I collect Pyrex. People think of things, but the way she stated this made me really think about using the word collect as my thought, my word for the year, because there are a lot of other things I want to collect, and I'll share this with you. I won't read it. It's about 3 pages. I won't read the whole things, but she's talking about, she collects milk glass, and she says, I do not think it matters what we collect. The things themselves have only a relative value. What is important is collecting memories. I happen to like milk glass because of the pearly glow it gives forth and the quaint patterns. It reflects an earlier, more innocent age. But I have a friend who's very happy with her collection of matchbook folders, and I think that's a fine collection too. Connie collects mugs, and just by starting with one mug, which I gave her, now has a comfortable collection. Mugs are fascinating. I happen to like those too. And then she talks a little bit more about collecting, and she says that I reflect that we all collect all the time in one way or the other. We cannot go through life without collecting. We collect experiences, happy hours, sad days, and memories. We collect the red We collect the day the red fox drifted across the pasture and stopped short to look at us. We collect the trip up the hill for butternuts when autumn was afire over the countryside. We collect hours when friends sit around the fire and the talk is warm and gay. Some people, alas, collect grudges, hatred, and misfortunes. I am sorry for them. Jealousy is an easy collection too, for there is always someone who has more or gets further. But who would really like to fill the shelves of their lives with nothing worth the wear of winning? I know a few people who bring out and polish family feuds and keep bright memories of old injuries done to them. I doubt if such collections are worthwhile. Since we collect, how much better to collect something that will increase in beauty as time goes by. It is better to take anything not of value to the town dump, as Jill says, Jill's her roommate, and dust the shelves and find something happy to put on them. How much it costs, it has little to do with it, for money never buys memories. One of my favorite pieces is a small pill bottle which cost a quarter, but it brought for me and it was given to me with friendship. And this paragraph just makes me think about how important it is to collect memories. And I think that collect is going to be my word for 2025. I want to collect friendships and community and memories and lessons. I want to collect lessons. I want to collect pieces of learning, nuggets of wisdom. I want to collect feelings, warm feelings, collect the beauty, collect visions of beauty of nature, and collect experiences, and even collect, things that accomplishments, but failures too, because in those failures come lessons. That's what I want for 2025. And I was inspired by Gladys by that simple little passage, and I hope that you enjoyed that too. The last of my plans is just to basically, have fun, build community, lift people up when I can, and read good books, read books that I enjoy, share the love of reading with friends, share literacy with the world here on my little humble YouTube channel, be myself, support my friends. That's something else I would really like to start doing, is doing a little bit of a tidbit of shout outs to friends who have YouTube channels as well, and also to people who don't have channels, who I'm just thankful for and blessed by. So that's my plan. Do you have any plans in for the new year as far as reading goes, or even personal plans? If you want to share those too, I love to hear about those things in the comments. I have this snowman here looking at me, and we have some projections of snow coming up very soon. So if you made it this far, and leave me a snowflake or a snowman emoji in the comments below. I just want to say that you make the world a better place just by being a part of it. I thank you, I appreciate you, and I hope that your 2025 is blessed beyond measure. Until next time, happy reading. Goodbye now.